Hello, I'm Briar, and I'm the creator of autodotbiography, and I'm going to take you on a whistle-stop tour of how it works and how it's guaranteed to create a beautiful book of your life story for your family. Well, first of all, a tiny bit about me. I'm the lady there in the blue lace dress, and I've been helping people tell their life stories for 45 years. First as a journalist, and then as a television producer. I worked on programmes like That's Life, and then I was editor-in-chief of BBC Online. So what about you? Well, you don't have to be famous and you don't have to be old to have a life story worth telling. But tackling it can be daunting. So autodotbiography has been designed to hold your hand through the whole process. What's more, you don't have to be a great writer, and you certainly don't have to be a book designer. That's all done by the system. So if you are a good writer, then of course you can write it entirely in your own words. But if you're not, then all you have to do is answer simple questions about your life, that is the ones you want to, and add photographs and documents, and autodotbiography will do the rest and create your beautiful book. So how does it work? I'll log in first of all up here. So here we are in the book builder, and at the top of the page there are these sections here, and each one of these is a chapter of your life. And the chapters will start off when you first join it all green, like this one here, because it's 0, and when you've started answering questions it goes brown, and this is all to show you where you are in the process of telling your life story. And then once it's gone brown, then when you've finished it, it goes this lovely golden colour, so you'll have a golden thread all through these chapters when you've finished your book. So each one of these chapters is significant. This one, for instance, I think is very important. It's dedication. And here you can see I've done 50% of that because I have said who it's dedicated to. But what I haven't yet done is add a photograph, which you can do if you want to. And I'm going to just do this so you can see how easy it is to add a photograph. So select a file. I have put all the things I want to put onto my book in one file here. So this is a picture I want to use. And then I save it. And it uploads to the system, and it'll automatically take me to the next page. So I'm going to whiz us back so you can see what the dedication is like. And if you saw that, it was gold then, and as you can see, it's gone gold down here. If we have a look, there's the picture of my mother, which I want to upload for her dedication page. Now, if I've changed my mind about the picture, I find a better one, I can just select a new one, and that will override this one. And if I change my mind and don't want to have a photograph, you can just delete it by clicking in this. So, but I love that picture, one of my favourite pictures of my mother, so that's going to stay there. And once you've saved it, it takes you on to the next page. Now I'm going to take you to the chapter called Hello World, Here I Come, because this is to illustrate there are lots of sub-chapters in every chapter, and you can fill as many of them in as you want, and if you can't remember stuff, that's fine, or if you don't want to think about stuff, that's fine. But this one will be about your mother and father and their families, and if you're good at genealogy and you're doing your family history, then you can go back even further than your great-great-grandparents if you want to. Now, the other thing about all this is a very flexible system. If you are a good writer, you can write it entirely in your own words, but if you're not, then I'm here to help you with autodotbiography. So first of all, let me show you how easy it is to change chapter titles. If you don't like Hello World, Here I Come, let's try In the Beginning. I hope you prefer that. There we are, In the Beginning. Oh, might put a capital, well, In the Beginning. And change title, and there it is, In the Beginning, and that's how it'll appear in your book. In the beginning of every chapter, there is a kind of scene-setting paragraph to help you think about the things you might want to include. And one of my authors called this all WD-40 for the memory, because he kept on remembering new things the more he did. Anyway, as you go through, as you can see, there is where you are in that particular chapter. And every single chapter has some introductions for you, or you can write your own. Now, the first one that appears here is the default, and there's a message to remind you that you must make sure you're happy with it. Now, 50% of people who've done their book so far have just chosen the default, which is lovely, and that's fine. But if you say it's okay but not quite right, then you can either retype it or you can copy and paste it if you're good at copy and pasting. So I'm just going to copy this. And then at the bottom, this is the box for the chapter introductions if you want to write it entirely in your own words, or if you want to modify one of the ones I've written. So that's what I've written. And then let's write something Very clear and wonderful. I can't be inventive. So there's lots of X's, but just to show you that it's changed. And then it saves and it takes you on to the next page. But just to show you that it has changed and that what will appear, here we go. So all those wonderful X's, they're there, and that's what you will be in your book. So I wouldn't write X's if I were you, but that's how it'll appear. So the next thing to do, it takes you on to the next page. And I have filled this in already, so I was saying 61, 1st of September 1950, and I don't have any idea of what time. And I just want to show you what that looks like in the book. So give me a second. I'm just going to find it on here. So there it is. There's a screenshot. And there's a screenshot, and there's the thing. So I'll start 61 years ago. I was born the 1st of September 1950 at some time of the day, but I have no idea exactly when. So that's what it'll look like when you've done your book. So let's go back to the website. And once you've done all that, obviously, again, you save. And so you go through. Now, in all these sections, there are plenty of opportunities for photographs. So let's see, let's go to primary school. That's a reminder that you must change your introduction. And then, how old were you? These are all the questions. And there you see, select, please upload a photograph of yourself at this school if you have one. And so you just select the file. You must write a caption because otherwise nobody will know what the picture's about and where you are in the picture. So it insists on you writing a caption. And then once you've been through all these chapters, then the thing you can finally do is check on what you've written, or you can do it before that actually. So you go back to the home page of your book builder, and you scroll down, and then it shows you can generate a text proof. So you can check at any point in your writing what you've written and how it looks, and the text. When you get to 70%, 70%, you can then download a full proof of your book, and that will have all the photographs, set out how they'll look in the book, and all the book design, so you can see what it looks like and make sure you're happy with it. And once you've gone through the text or the full proof and corrected anything in the book builder, then you can select your print options. You can order additional books if you want to. They're around about £65 each as a general rule. And then your book will go to the printers and it'll come packaged first class, signed for delivery to you from me. So what does the final book look like? Well, here's an illustration. All the chapters have beautiful illustrations at the beginning, and there's the chapter introduction we chose, or I chose earlier. Photographs, these lovely photographs of me and my mum when I was born, and the sentence that we chose in those questions. It's very high quality paper. It's designed to last for generations. You can have birth certificates, marriage certificates, favourite photographs. That was my grandmother who whizzed by there. All your stuff about childhood, about your schooling. You can write what you want, you can ignore what you don't want, and there is a photograph of my school. So please do contact us if you'd like to know any more. We'd love to hear from you.